Haters gonna hate, right? I'll be me, I do what I want, haters be damned, because haters gonna hate. And I actually agree with that philosophy mostly. You should say what you want, make what you want, be who you want, because there will always be a certain amount of dedicated critics. Shout out to the guy who's gonna dislike this video immediately upon its publishing. Appreciate your loyalty. But at what point do haters reach critical mass? At what point do you stop saying haters gonna hate and you start thinking, maybe haters gonna have some good points. Maybe haters gonna critique fairly and rationally. I don't think there's a clear rule. But if you've been gone for 4 months and then you make a 12-second video announcing your return.
I heard a rumor that we got canceled. Nope. In 2 weeks, Decoded returns for season 5 to tackle all of this. See you soon.
And just that gets close to 4,000 dislikes at a 10-to-1 ratio. It might not be that your videos bring all the haters to the yard. It might just be that you're wrong. If you're unfamiliar, that's Francesca Ramsey, host of the MTV News series Decoded, a YouTube series that to me is the racialized equivalent of Ancient Aliens. Hey, here's an observation. Let's talk about how racism explains it.
Is such a thing even possible? Yes, it is.
In her season 5 premiere, Francesca explains how if you mistake one celebrity for another, it's not simply because they look alike. It is, of course, racism.
Some celebs look alike, like creepily alike, but some people are always confusing celebs of color who don't look the same at all, which is kind of a problem. Let's see if you can tell who's who.
Okay, so if Zooey Deschanel and Katy Perry get confused, that's just because they look a lot alike. And I agree, they do. But if these celebrities of color, as you put it, if they get confused, that's not because they look alike, that's because of bias. If you want to see the confusion of two celebrities who look nothing alike, ask Michael Strahan about Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Well, I think we're all interested in watching. Can't wait to see it, man. And thank you for stopping by.
Haha, take that. Now you know how it feels to be oppressed, Mr. White Privilege.
There's actually a term for this, own race bias, meaning it's easier for you to differentiate the faces of your own race or the ones you're very familiar with.
Ever heard all Asians look the same or all black people look the same? Confusing people of the same race that don't even look alike or not realizing I'm not Francesca is own race bias.
Nobody has ever confused the two of you. I demand to see some evidence that the two of you have ever been confused with each other. You chose celebrities who genuinely look alike for your setup. And then for this point, you just chose that other black chick who makes terrible videos for MTV News.
And I ain't done much, but I've never genocided.
Indeed. You two are intellectually interchangeable for sure. But confusable on appearance, pics or it didn't happen.
When you really pay attention, there's lots of differences. Eye shape, face shape, hairstyle and length, and it's okay to notice someone has a lighter or darker skin tone.
We're supposed to use hairstyle as a distinguishing feature between celebrities who look alike? Hairstyles change all the time, especially on celebrities, even on the celebrities you use as examples. Here are Dev Patel and Riz Ahmed with similar hairstyles, and guess what? They look pretty similar. And depending on hairstyle, Joaquin Phoenix isn't even a look-alike with himself. It's okay to notice someone has a darker or lighter skin tone, yes. It is. But how do you square that with the original proposition that the main reason we think people look alike is because of similar skin tone? The only reason you think they look alike is because they are the same shade. So next time, look at the differences in shade. That'll help you tell them apart. This is simply creating a problem where none exists. Even if we take Francesca's case as true, that we tend to confuse people of other races because of quote-unquote own race bias, so what? The reason people don't like racism is because there's an element of malice in it. People don't like negative prejudice against a person on the basis of an immutable characteristic. People dislike the idea of you are this race, so you are therefore inferior. But is that what's going on here? If I confuse you for somebody else, is that malicious? Is that a judgment of your value? Or is that simply an innocent, inconsequential mistake? But here's where it gets weird. And I'm talking like Joaquin Phoenix on Letterman weird.
What can you tell us about your days with the Unabomber?
Which is double weird because apparently Letterman hangs out with the Unabomber these days too. Triple weird is I've made multiple Joaquin Phoenix references in this one, but sometimes a theme develops. The point is Francesca gets weird because through her weird reasoning, she arrives at a conclusion on which we actually agree. We should judge people as individuals.
This happened to me a lot back at my old office job. It's not just annoying, but it also makes you feel like you aren't an individual. So how do you overcome own race bias? Well, mistakes happen, and if they do, apologize. But more importantly, make an effort to get to know people so you see them as a person rather than just a person of X race.
Yes. Exactly. That's what every one of these haters you complain about is saying too. Judge people as individuals, not as part of a collective. So why are you doing a video series about racial collectives? This group oppresses that group. This group is prejudiced against that group. This group is privileged over that group. You just told us to judge people as individuals, but last season you told us that doing that being colorblind doesn't work.
Have you ever wondered why people say, oh, I don't see color as a way to fix racism? Yeah, that doesn't work.
So if you do believe the solution to racism is judging people as individuals,
Wait, why am I hosting this show?
yeah, we agree on that question too. I've said it many times before. What I value over any political philosophy or any political value is intellectual consistency. We might disagree on every single issue, but if you're consistent in your reasoning, consistent in your standards, most of the time, you'll have my respect. But Decoded today is saying look past race to solve the problem of racism. Decoded yesterday said that philosophy is not a solution.
Ignoring race, or only acknowledging that it doesn't exist biologically, is not a solution to these systemic issues.
And Decoded tomorrow? Well, maybe the silver lining of this oncoming World War III is there is no Decoded tomorrow. Worth it. Thanks as always for listening and for supporting this channel. Always appreciate that thoughtful discussion down below and especially over on Twitter. That is at ML Christiansen. You're always welcome to coming out and chat in my live streams. Those are linked down in the description. Looking forward to it. Okay, bye.